Hey folks, how you doing? Suzy Meadows here. Welcome. I'm glad you're joining me as you come on. Put a comment. Let me know where you're from and what you're doing, what you've been up to. Hey, this is my normal Monday night Facebook Live, and it is Monday, August 8th. And the way you know you're watching the live is up in that corner, you'll see a red rectangle that says live. Otherwise, if it's not there, that means you're watching the replay on Facebook, or I have put a copy of this over on YouTube. Whichever way, I'm glad you are joining me. I'm going to double check my iPad, make sure it looks like we are broadcasting. So that is a good thing. Every Monday, I'm here at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm an independent stamper, an independent demonstrator with Stampin Up. I have been for I think 3 or 4 years, and I love sharing what I love to do, which is paper crafts with stamps, paper, and ink. And today we are going to use a technique called hinge stamping. It is using a stamp positioning tool, and with it we can do some stamping. So I think I'll just go ahead and turn you on down so we can get going. And yep, I think that's what we'll do. And then we'll look at the goodies and everything like that. So hang on while I get up close and personal and hit all the buttons. There we go. I am using a little different method than what I have in the past, and I like it better because before I felt like you were you were looking up my nose, and I did not like that. So, well, hey, this is a Stamparatus, and it, like I said, it is a stamp positioning tool. And here we go, Stampin' Up, and it's got hinges. So this is what we are going to use. I don't know if you've ever used these before, but for this particular project, it is a fun thing to do. And what I'm going to do, one thing that I like doing, it comes with a foam mat, it comes with our windows or hinges, it comes with our magnets, which are very strong, so keep them apart. But I also like, when I'm going to be using photopolymer stamps, I'm going to be using the Biggest Wish, and I'm going to use the Happy Today, and I'm going to come over here and use the Birthday. And so, like I said, this is the Biggest Wish. But since these do not have rubber or cushioning underneath it, that's why we're going to use the foam mat. It just works so much better doing it that way. So I'm going to get some light, but yet I don't want to blind you all. So now, one thing I also like doing, you can find this in our annual catalog, clear back here on page 147. But what I want to show you is this small grid paper. I like using it to keep things straight. So we are going to get a sheet of that, and we're going to put it here, and then I'm going to we're going to be stamping on print pattern paper, and we're going to stamp on the Awash in Beauty paper, and I want to show you what that looks like. I'm bringing it over. I've got it trying to get my fingers under it. But this is from our annual catalog, and isn't this gorgeous? You've got your bright florals, but on the second side, if you reverse it, you have a more subdued print. And we're going to use this particular print, and this is all I have left because I've cut the rest of it up. But I love these bright colors. So, and this is Awash in Beauty, but let me get this out of the way, and let's just get going. Okay, so I've already got I have my card base, which is just a normal piece of the thick white cut, scored in half. And this is that designer series paper. And the reason I like using the grid paper is because I like lining it up, so I have a better idea. Am I doing it straight, or am I counter-whoppy? Counter-whopper? Yeah. Crooked. That's the word I'm looking for. So, okay, so I'm going to, and this is clean, it's stained, so that's why it looks like that. But I'm going to, I believe I want it someplace in here. Okay, I'm not going to need my birthday yet. I've got a second plate, and I'm just going to stick it on that and get it out of the way here. Okay, now when a photopolymer doesn't have ink on it, it's sticky. So I'm going to bring this over, and then I'm going to, because it's going to move my paper, but I know with my grid paper, it's right here in the angles. So if it moves it, that's okay. That's why I'm using my grid paper, because I know that's right where it goes. Now, hinge stamping is we'll ink this, stamp it, come back, ink it, and stamp it. But I'm going to use by the hinge, you see where it comes off. So here is, I'm gonna dry fit, see if this is how I like it. There's our first one. So I'm going to come down to the next. There we go. And go to there. Yep, that's okay. And because I only want to stamp it 3 times. So I'm wanting to see, yep. Yeah, that's what I want. I want it right in the middle. So it is good for me. So I'm ready to stamp it up. I'm ready to ink it up, rather. And I'm going to use Melon Mambo. And as you notice, I put my case underneath this because that allows me to stamp it, have a good solid base. So I'm just going to come here and press down. Now, if I had not had a good coverage, I could ink it up and put it right back, and it would stamp exactly where it needed to be. But that, it was a good one. So we're going to ink it up. And see, I just did what I didn't want to do. Now that I think about it, what I was going to do, I was going to skip every other one. No, I wasn't. I'm changing my mind. I have several cards to show you after this, and so you'll see why I was confused, because I've done several different cards, and here's my last one. So, okay, there we go. Now, I want birthday to go right here. I want my birthday to go right there in a different color. Well, I could take the time and clean this off with my chamois, but I just happen to have, because the Stamparatus comes with 2 windows, I'm going to get the one I've not been using and plop it in there and come right down and pick it up. And see, once again, there's no ink, so it pulled it. But that's okay. That I know by my grid, this is where I want it to be. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to use a different color. I'm going to go with, instead of Melon Mambo, I'm going to go with Rich Razzleberry to have a different look. So we are going to stamp that and press it down. There we go. Now, move it down for the next hinge. I've got several projects that I'd like to show you after this. So hang on tight with me, because we're just about done with this game. So this is really easy when you have several cards that you want to make, or, and you want to make them the same way. Or it's just nice to position. I mean, because you have a second chance by putting it on here and inking it up. Whereas when you put your stamp on a block, you've got 1 chance normally. So, but anyway, okay, so this is good. So let's get this off of here. And I'm just going to get this out of the way here. I'll clean it up later. Okay. And so where's my card base? Oh, here it is. Okay. Now, I'm just going to use some liquid glue. Isn't that pretty on that side? I've got a card that I use that, so. So we're just going to use a little bit of liquid glue. Just a little bit. Make sure, yep, that's the right way, because I have put a card front on upside down and backwards before. And see, this is why I like the liquid glue. It let me move it just a little bit, because I had laid it down wrong. Okay, so here we go. This is a really simple card. Now, I could bling it up and do different things, but I sort of like the simplicity of that. But that is Hinge stamping. But let me show you some of the other Hinge stamping I did. Here's an example using the same paper, Awash and Beauty, but I just stamped it once and I used a different color. This was polished pink. And then here, you see these pretty, the flower and the leaves, and I used the bow punch, and I used this this 22-24 in color, the glimmer paper. I like this because it's not glitter, so it doesn't come off. And so I used, even though this is sweet sorbet, and this paper probably is, I don't know if it's melon, well, there's melon mambo ink, and there's polished pink. So I'm not sure what color that paper is. When I look on the sheet that comes with the paper, it says of the pinks, it could be Blushing Bride or Mary Merlot. But what they do, they list the colors that are most common, not necessarily all of them. But anyway, I like this. So this is what I went. And this actually, that is the Sweet Sorbet Woven Metallic. So it's sort of nice. All the pinks go together, don't they? The tones work really well. So let me show you, I actually started playing with this Amazing Phrases. This is one of the free stamps that you can earn for the next month, as long as it doesn't go out of stock. And so I've been using, if you guys know me, I use that woohoo a lot. And so that's what I've been doing some stamping with. But here's a card using the other side of this paper. And here I did the woohoo, and I did it in a different color. And so here is an example of using a different one here. Different stamp set. And here's where I did a whole bunch of the woohoos. And it's to you too. So it's an anniversary card. So I've used it for an anniversary card before. And then here's one, You Are Amazing. And I used some of that pretty glitter washi tape. And this is some of that Rustic Harvest paper. Just a really easy card, but just another example of the Hinge stamping. And here's one where I actually used the Stamparatus just to make sure I had it on exactly where I wanted it. So to Another Amazing Year Around the Sun. And this is where, if you noticed, here's amazing, here's To Another, but look at that, it's together. And so I just masked that and used To Another and then used the year down there. So here's some examples. So gang, remember the celebration is around for this month. Besides the flyer, last week, Stampin' Up! Announced several other goodies we have an opportunity to earn free. And so this is not part of the flyer. If you scroll down, you'll find this in my Facebook feed. And then also here, this is my website, craftingwithsuzy.stampinup.net, and this information is all there. So, and I also wanted to mention, gang, I have the next local class is August 18th. I've got the registration out here on my website. I also have a link here on the Facebook page, but it is August 18th at the Lebanon Library. And we're going to be doing some coloring. We're going to be using our blending brushes and some of the alcohol blends, which I'll grab a couple. Here we go. Some of our alcohol blends. So we're going to be sort of doing a technique sort of thing class. So, but if you're interested, holler and get signed up with that. I need to know the Tuesday before, so that would be on the 16th. So, gang, I realize this is a really quick video, but if this is something you enjoy, you'd like to learn some more about, get a hold of me. We can work one-on-one if you'd like to work on this technique here, or if you have a group you'd like to get together, I'll come your way and we'll do some stamping and crafting and everything. So, but gang, it's been good chatting with you. If you like this video, I would sure appreciate a thumbs up or a like on Facebook, a like or a follow on YouTube, a thumbs up or a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so you can get some notifications. So gang, thanks so much for joining me. I will be back next Monday, which would be, that'd be the 15th, I believe. Yeah. So hey gang, hope everything's going well. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.